Well, a huge thank you to all of you. And I want to start off, before I move on to that, to thank every one of you who've really generously, out of your own personal tragedies, donated in many, many ways. The hearts have gone for research. They've been analysed. People in the families have been screened genetically. You've shared your information. It would be so easy to hide away with your grief, but you haven't. You've actually gone to make a difference in the world. I know that Alison has facilitated that, and she's always been smiling, and she's always moved everything forwards. Now, today we had the autumn statement, and I think that we have to remember that this is a public health issue. You spoke, Sanjay, about the number of people who've died. Each of those deaths is an enormous cost to society. And if we talk in the Chancellor's language alone, we have to think about the lives of productive years lost. These are bright young people with fantastic futures ahead of them. The devastation in the family means that other children there are also pulled back in what they're able to achieve. If they're also affected, the family might have a double hit, which is just terrible. The parents can't cope with working for a time, understandably. Of course they can't. May take time out. And then we know the health costs to people who are bereaved, who are suddenly bereaved in particular, are higher than others in society. So the cost of screening is below the level of peanuts. It is actually a public health investment. And I think that's something that we need to be stating quite clearly. You've laid out very clearly a path ahead, the screening, the research, the developments. It's all written down, and you're right to have a manifesto, because actually what would be really important would be to get that cost agenda into party political manifestos. That would be fantastic. But actually, one doesn't want to get embroiled in the ping pong of party politics, but keep it up there on the health agenda. I've seen CRY go from being almost an insignificant little charity, it was one of several that came across my desk, to really become a leader. And partly it's because of the focus. It's because of having a clear list of developments of where you're going, having a clear aim, and everybody knows what you want. And the message is clear. And the screening is absolutely essential. And I hope that we'll get to the point where all young people can actually be screened. Because just trying to work it out on the back of an envelope, Sanjay, and you might correct me if I'm wrong, but actually we could be detecting 1 in 100 of cardiac diseases in young people. Have I got my decimal point in the right place?
No, 1 in 100 for structural problems.
Yeah.
1 in 300 for very serious disease.
Yeah, but 1 in 100 for some kind of problem. And then if we look at that, the cost of that would more than pay for itself. I would actually like to take this opportunity, though, to thank Alison in particular. And I'm going to ask you to join with me in a round of applause for Alison. She has been amazing. She has set out clearly what has to be achieved. This document that I have here is presented in such a way that even if you don't read the text, the pictures speak at you. You can't help but be moved. You can't help but want to support CRY. You can't help but want to see this move forwards. To see the pathology centre grow and expand further from where it is now. To see the screening programme grow and be disseminated everywhere. And to see, actually, those families, wouldn't it be wonderful if that was a thing of the past? Let's hope it is. Thank you all, and thank you, Alison.